eve of thine 18th journey around the blazing star that gave birth to all life in creation, ye shall be returned to the earth and embraced by he who walks behind the rose.
I love Ethan Wiley for two reasons. One, he co-wrote House, and two, he wrote and directed House 2: The Second Story, both of which made up for not being very scary by having good characters and a zany sense of humor. It took over a decade for him to get another film off the ground, which brings us to the 5th film in the Children of the Corn franchise. Right from the start, we seem to be back on firm ground as a new child preacher is possessed by he who walks behind the rose, and a flock of young followers start picking off adults. But just when you think they'll sweep through the neighboring town, they instead isolate themselves on a single farm, seemingly overseen by a reclusive David Carradine, and otherwise let the townsfolk go about their business. Our leads are a group of teens on a road trip to put their dead friend's ashes to rest in his hometown, but they stray down the wrong road, leaving 2 of their friends dead, their car a burned-out wreck.
It's not that great of a car, Greg.
I'm freezing.
And the suspicious sheriff putting most of the blame on them. Also, Allison recognizes the name of he who walks behind the rose, and discovers her estranged brother among the flock. When he decides to leave and she tries to rescue him, everything comes to a bloody head of a climax. I went into this film with low expectations, and early on, those expectations were met. But as the story went along, I found myself pulled into the atmosphere of events, and slowly grew attached to the characters, who are developed enough that when they decide to stay and see events through, their motives feel real. I won't reveal who dies in the climax, but I will say that I was impressed that when those deaths come, they have an actual punch to it, as genuine themes of loss and sacrifice are explored. And while we again have the problem of children who are visibly teens and older, this is actually worked into the material as we return to the community weeding out those of a sacrificial age. It also adds an underlying theme of teens struggling with what it means to be young, idolizing childhood innocence and blaming adults for the consequences of their own youthful abandon. And it's only through maturing and accepting adult responsibilities that such forces can be overcome.
Well, we got pickles, beans, fruit cocktail.
Ooh, the little maraschino cherries. God, I love those. What's that? Mmm, Smeet!
Hey guys, look what I found in the basement. It's even kind of cold.
I'm not saying this is a good film, but nor is it a bad one. And while I can't entirely recommend it, I did enjoy the movie. It's clumsily made, and Wiley's trademark sense of humor is a little too sparsely layered in.
Oh. Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Kurt's all over me. Oh.
But you can tell he put a lot more thought and effort into the characters and story than most of the sequels I've covered so far. Part 4 failed as a reboot. And while Part 5 doesn't exactly succeed as its own film, it does succeed at bringing the franchise back in line with what it should be. But fuck you for that stupid shock ending.
And if that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring turns brass, Mama's gonna buy you a looking glass.
Sheriff, look!
Got a little bit more.
What the hell is that?
I think it's a foot, sir.
Well, I'll be damned. There's the big toe right there. Matches the one in there, I think.